All right, so we're gonna do a drive over to the Amazon Hub locker, which is about 12 miles away. Do some city streets, some freeway, and more city streets. So, first time on this drive. Let's see how it does. All right, autopilot's engaged. Generally handles this section okay. The issue that we have is at this intersection that's coming up. We're making a right turn and the car stays too far to the left for that right turn. Same issue I have on the other drives, where it leaves enough space for somebody else making a right turn to kind of go beside me if they're a little impatient. So I might have to take over up here. Unless we get a green light, it'll handle it just fine. Or if there's nobody behind us, we'll just let it do its thing. So far, so good with someone behind us, or lack of somebody behind us. Okay, there is somebody now, so you got that mail truck that went all the way to the right. That's what I should be doing, but the car likes to stay in this center lane here for this. So, we're green. I think I'll just hang out. Okay, we got a pedestrian coming, crossing. Let's see how it handles. And perfect. We're hopefully, waiting for the pedestrian. Got my foot on the brake just in case, but yeah, pretty cool. Noticed her and handled it appropriately, just how, probably even better than I would. Nice. Alright, so one more intersection up here, we're going straight through, no problem, and then we'll have the freeway on-ramp, which we've had issues with in the past. Sometimes hesitates a little bit to get over onto that on-ramp. We only have a short brief window to be able to do that, so notice if there's nobody behind us, it'll handle it pretty good usually. If there's someone behind us, and they get over quickly, it'll hesitate. So let's see how this goes. So far, so good. Nobody behind us. And it is pretty incredible just on the short period of time that I've had this, from 10.2 to 10.3. So, what are we, about 3 weeks or so? It seems like there's been a massive improvement in usability. Car's slowing down a little bit here. Wasn't sure if that car was getting over or not. But I'm able to do plenty of drives now with no interventions, just depending on what it is. Usually city driving, if it's just city driving, I'm pretty good with that. I have an issue with this ramp here usually, so let's see how this works. So we need to get over quickly. Blinkers on, and handled it much better than in 10.2. Much better. Went over quick. That's how I would do it, how I needed to do it. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and adjust the speed up a little bit here because we're merging onto the freeway. That lane change good. It would be cool to see, I don't think it's in here, but to see preset freeway speeds on here, because here in California going 65, it's not feasible in most situations, most days. So it'd be nice if that automatically boosted up to whatever, 70 or 75, whatever that is at. But it doesn't. As far as in any type of input, that's still an input I need to do, is adjusting the speed on the freeway. It'd handle it. It would go 65 miles an hour, but I'm manually adjusting it with the little scroll wheel here. A little faster. turn on navigate on autopilot, which will turn on the auto navigation on the freeway. Don't need that on the city streets right now. And we got another 3 miles or so. I imagine we'll probably speed this video up now. We need to get over. Yeah, we're supposed to get over there. It's interesting. They recently changed the freeway lines. So not sure if the car is, as far as the freeway driving, relying on the maps, but it did not get where we needed to go. So it's going to have to reroute itself. Not sure why we're changing lanes here. Been good in that lane still. Yeah, changing lanes again. Going back. You know, the freeway driving is on the old software still, so it would be nice when they merge the two together and actually get the new beta software. Hopefully, maybe not even beta at that point. Freeway driving out here. Got a little better, but that's fine. We'll reroute and have a little more city driving to do. Let's see how it handles it. Need to get over a lane here pretty quickly. Exits in half a mile. Alright, blinkers on. And there's your lane change. So kind of cool, slowed down a little bit. It knew it had to get over, so it looked like it was slowing down to stay behind the car that's ahead of me now. It's kind of a weird light coming up, so never driven through this portion on full self driving. Pretty sharp right turn we're gonna have to make up here. See how it goes. Turn the blinker on for a second, turn it back off. It's probably right at the distance where it would turn it on, so it's going back and forth between it. Alright, and we got a green light. Once again, really weird intersection, really sharp turn we need to make, and the lights are all over the place in this intersection, so we got, what, 5 different roads coming together. Alright, ready to take over here just in case. I'll be impressed if it doesn't. Ooh, did it! Very, very slow, and looks like it confused it slightly, but you know, pulled it off. Not sure why we're stopping here. I'm gonna give it a little acceleration here. Not sure why we're slowing down, but good to go. So far the only intervention other than adjusting the speed is just adding a little acceleration there to give it a boost because it was slowing down for no reason. attempting a lane change, and then it changed its mind. We'll need to get over here in, let's see, 0.4 miles. Now would be a good time. There we go. Seems to do much better at forecasting when it needs to turn. I should say maybe making that turn far in advance, or be in the appropriate lane. There's nothing worse than it waits till the last minute to do the lane change, and can't get over for whatever reason. So, much better at that. Right here for a left turn. Got a phantom person over here. I think it sees a bush or something that it thinks is a person. Other than that, doing a great job of detecting people. Even has the truck that's across the street. There we go, nice and smooth. Just adjust the speed a tad here. Speed limit is 35, but I'm going to put it up to 40. Got a bicyclist on the right here, detects it perfectly. Always good to see that. Alright, so doing the same thing here that it has been doing. It doesn't get far over to the right. It kind of stays in the center lane, but technically nothing wrong with that. It's just human driving. You would expect it to go over. I think other drivers expect you to go over as well. All right, so interesting. Okay, this is okay. So we got train tracks right here. Kind of last minute, the car realized that there wasn't going to be enough room for it to stop, because that car didn't go through that light. So did a great job of not stopping on the tracks. However, I am under the arm right now. So if a train was coming, the arm would come down and basically hit the top of the car. It was impressive though to see it detect, even though it's not showing it here, it's detecting these train tracks and not stopping directly on them. Really impressive. I'd be curious to know if the car could have, if that car didn't stop last second there, because I probably would have done the same thing here. If the car would have stopped before the arms. Kind of a tough situation it was put in. It's interesting to see though that just because it's not on here doesn't mean that the car's not recognizing it. The car's obviously recognizing a lot more than it, than there's graphics for you. All right, green light, and we're moving. All right, so got another mile, almost a mile and a half, and we'll make a right turn. Imagine the car will probably start getting over soon. So it would be nice to see it get over now because we have a lot of cars on the right up here. Oh, perfect. Looks like it's doing it just in time. Well, plenty of time still, but that's basically when I would have done it. Maybe a little sooner, but still impressive. We're 0.6 miles away, and it realized it needed to start getting over because of the traffic ahead. So it'll be the next right here in 0.2 miles. We got a right, and then pretty quickly got another left. Looks like we might have a right turn light here, which is great. Handles those pretty well. It's prepping to get in the left turn lane, it looks like. It says upcoming lane change. All right, so what do we got coming up next? We have, looks like a pretty straight shot over. Looks like it might drop us off in the parking lot, which is cool. The rest of the drive should be pretty easy after this turn. Still blows me away, everything it picks up on these intersections. light, car's going. Yeah, it's interesting. Some warning lights, you know, I guess a little concerned about that, that big rig merging at the same time that I did, but we handled it, no inputs. Another 1.2 miles to go. I need to start thinking about getting over. Not sure how many lanes, about I think 2 lanes, so I'm sure we'll start that in a minute. Start getting over now if I were driving. So we're 0.6 miles away. 0.5. And there's our lane change. Should be this light here will make a right turn and hopefully pull into the parking lot. Blinkers on. Okay, looks like we're not going to the parking lot, but hey, he dropped us off in front of the place, so I'll take that as a win. Not bad. Maybe we'll do a video going back to a slightly different route, I think, because of the exit it missed. But yeah, we'll check it out.